Welcome to the FAQ podcast, frequently asked questions with Fuzzy and Quincy. Hit the subscribe button if you're listening. Hit the subscribe, share, comment. Can you tell people like, wow, this is free content. I didn't have to pay to listen to this.
Nah, man, you know what? Amazing. It is free, but it's a good game, and we want to get paid.
Yeah, but just like share it and comment and tell other people about it, right?
Subscribe and just alert, all that, so you know.
And if you want to sponsor, all you have to do, fuzzyandq@gmail.com.
Get in early because our prices do go up.
They are going up. Speaking of going up, or he's up and is stuck for a long time. I mean, movies. He's sold out world tours. I mean, he goes all over the world. He's like, we were saying, hey, you're about to do this tour. He's like, it's overseas. Who cares? It's like, no, but people do care. Like, this is a big platform.
We're global.
Yeah, we're global.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
This is a global.
No, I mean, I watched this all of today.
Yeah,
today.
We're out there.
You know, it's funny that you said what FAQ stood for. I never knew what the fuck it stood for.
Fuzzy and Quincy.
Fuzzy and yeah. We have Russell Peters. Let's give it up for
Russell Peters, baby.
Peters, everybody. Shout out to Ooh in the background too.
The Ooh child.
Yeah,
Throw it up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Russell, thank you for coming on the
we
platform,
appreciate
man.
Wrong neighborhood, but whatever.
No, yeah, I don't know. I was like, man.
And he brought gifts too. He brought us some little smokes.
I brought a couple of sticks for y'all.
Yeah.
I text Fuzzy, said, you smoke cigars? He goes, yeah. I go, oh, okay. So I have real cigars.
Yeah.
And then he goes, oh, yeah, I like the sweet ones. I'm like, hey, yo.
Let me see.
I got hooked smoking cigars with the Kahlua brand.
Oh, you smoke?
They got. I like to smoke.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, okay.
He likes the sweet ones, and they're not wrong with those. But when somebody says you smoke cigars, you can't say
the sweet ones.
The sweet ones.
I don't even, because I don't drink, so I'm like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I when I used to go golfing a lot, I used to always smoke a cigar.
That's what I was about to ask. You don't golf, right?
No, but I smoke cigars.
Yeah. Should we light it now?
You can if you want. Shit.
Should we light?
I can't smoke for a month.
Why?
I got a fucking heart monitor.
Really?
Oh shit, that's some serious. Okay.
I got old people.
I thought you were fasting or something.
No. I think I'm gonna give it 2 weeks. I can't do no goddamn.
No,
months.
You got to do a month.
Nah, the diet's. I don't really have no heart problems. I just had a problem last week. I passed out.
Did you really pass out?
You see this shit on my forehead?
Yeah, I saw.
I thought it was like a puberty bump.
No, but it was Thursday too. I healed like a goddamn reptile. Because this shit was all fucked up blood.
Like 911 kind of pass out?
I mean, I could have, but my wife was right there, so.
What? Yeah,
you just heard.
This Russell, I don't know when the fucking, are you serious? Are you?
No, I'm serious.
Look at the scratch.
Right. I got this shit on there, see?
What? Holy smokes.
I don't have to wear it for a week, you know. It's not that bad.
Is it stress related or?
Yeah, I think I was just burnt out, dehydrated and shit. Yeah. I didn't pull a Martin and run down the street with a gun or nothing. You know what I mean? I just
jogging in the hot summer day.
I just passed out in my bedroom, face first, whap.
What?
Busting my head open. I didn't even know I was out cold. It was funny.
Really? I passed out before. That shit ain't funny, bro.
Oh, was it ambulance? Was ambulance?
No. Well, I just woke up. You know when you just wake up?
Yeah.
I just woke up and I was sitting on the edge of the bed. And then I was like, I'm thirsty. I was about to get some water and I yawned. You ever get that yawn where you get lightheaded?
Yeah.
And when you get that big, you're like, oh, goddamn, I'm going to sit still for a minute. Well,
no oxygen to the brain.
Yeah. I just wasn't like, I just didn't have that moment of, I'm going to sit for a minute. It just went, whap.
Damn, Russell.
And you don't remember nothing.
I mean, I remember waking up and I remember sitting. I don't remember I was out before I hit the ground, right?
Were you naked?
I was.
Yeah.
Buck ass. That's why I'm glad. I was like, baby, don't call nobody.
Yeah.
I'm not in naked shape right now.
No, I'm concerned. I mean, because you got cigars here, and you're like, whatever.
Well, no, because then they took me in. They were like, my wife made me go to the hospital. I'm like, all right, we'll go to the fucking hospital. I don't like hospitals. I'm like, I felt fine.
This is the first time you ever passed out.
Yeah. I mean, I got my chin checked when I was boxing, but
yeah, but that's because
and I didn't go out. I just felt woo. I'm like, no, I could do this. And my legs are like, no, you can't.
Yeah. Like a baby deer or something.
Yeah. I got this. No, so she made me go to the doctor, and then they were like, oh, you got
this and that.
You got an AFib in your heart.
Cardiologist.
Yeah.
You got to stick to that.
You got an AFib. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. It means the top part of your heart is doing a different thing than the bottom part of your heart. I go, oh, they go, that's probably what caused you to go out. I go, no, it's not what caused me to go out. I know what the fuck caused me to go out.
I did a big yawn.
It was a big-ass yawn, and I got lightheaded. It happens all the time.
People don't just, see, Fuzz is going to go like, yeah, it's cool, man.
I passed out from choking on some Martinelli's.
Did it happen once?
Wow.
Happened once. You fell off a porch.
Oh, yeah.
You mean the fuzzy drink? The fizzy.
Yeah, like I don't drink. There's a sparkling cider, so I always, not perpetrate, but like if it's being festive, I always make sure I have some Martinellis there.
I'm a little scared. I'm frightened.
But I didn't tell you that story.
Yeah, you scratched your watch, right?
I woke up like, what happened to my Rolex?
Yeah.
And I was
And
like,
now look at you.
yeah,
Look at you.
We're Apple Watch.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
downgraded.
Yeah, that's what happens when we get older.
Wear Velcro shoes now.
Yeah, Velcro
you know what I mean?
shoes. And
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I slip my shoe. I'm wearing New Balance because they don't hurt my feet.
Oh man, yeah. Don't you have a shoe, right? Don't you have a?
I got a shoe and a hat line coming out. It's not ready yet. We got to put the orders in. I think the more orders we get, the sooner these things can come out.
Wait, so who's the shoe line through?
It's through Rock Deep Global. This dude out of Virginia, a guy named Rocky.
Yeah.
This black guy used to work for Nike, and then he used to go to China for them, and then he met the makers, and the makers were like, "Hey, why don't you?" And he's like, "Ah, that sounds like a great idea."
And he designs his own.
Smart.
Yeah, and then we designed some shoes and some hats together, but I'm still waiting. Everybody's waiting. Now, if you guys just go put some orders in and get the goddamn shoes and hats ready, so I could even wear my own shit.
And it's at a reasonable price.
Well, it's not a reasonable price.
Wait, for your audience, they can afford it.
My audience can afford it. Yeah, I mean, I got a upwardly mobile.
Yeah, they pay their taxes
nice
on
way of
time.
saying it.
Upwardly, they're wealthy.
Yeah.
Affluent.
I hang around wealthy
They're
people.
affluent. No, I don't hang around them, but I gotta,
Don't hang.
You see the people I hang around with. Look,
Yeah.
we're right by his
Wow.
crib. You don't live far from here, do you? No.
You comfortable.
He's-
Is that why you text me asking
Yeah,
me? I was like, why? How did you know this terminology of this hood shit? Because you said something hilarious.
I said, "Yo, I gotta go here." He goes, "I'm gonna go with you."
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's all good.
Yeah,
It's all good.
it's a gated community.
Yeah, we're at
Yeah.
Baron.
We're at Slick Studio. Shout out to
There's
Baron
a lot of
Davis.
gates around here.
Well, we're
You could be behind bars around here without being in jail.
I got my UWAP on me, so we good.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, so okay, all right. So you're going overseas in a couple of weeks, or right? If everything
In October.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I mean, listen. I was in the hospital Thursday. They kept me overnight to Friday, and then I was supposed to host this charity show for the Pumps. You know the Pump Brothers.
No.
Jamie Foxx had to fill in for me, which was probably a much better deal for
Was that the
everybody else
boxing?
in all
It was a
fairness.
boxing thing.
No. It was just
Okay.
like a charity event. I
Okay.
mean, Tyson was there, and De La Hoya was there, and
It's a big deal.
I saw Bernard Hopkins there. Yeah.
Bernard Hopkins was there. Yeah, a lot of people were there, and then a bunch
So
of-
you're going to host it, and they got Jamie Foxx.
well, Jamie was going to be there anyway. Jamie and I were going to host it together.
Got it.
And
Chris
then,
Spencer filled in.
Chris just. I mean, everybody came and did some shit.
Got it.
But I just got out of hospital that afternoon, so I couldn't go. But then I had to catch a red-eye flight to Atlantic City that same night because I had a show on Saturday.
So you cleared to fly that quick.
I told him, I said, I got to go. There's a lot of money
Get the
sitting
money.
out there. I can't just be
Yeah.
bullshitting because you told me I'm tired.
Damn.
I'd rather be tired and making money than tired and fucking sitting around with my thumb up my ass,
Which is comfortable.
depending on how far.
First knuckle or second knuckle. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter. Yeah, okay.
How hard was the pandemic
Pause.
for you? Because I know you. How hard was the pandemic?
Well, after we
For
talk
you,
about
because
stomach
I
ass.
was
know
talking
you-
about the thumb in the ass.
Yeah,
pause.
yeah. I was trying to say.
And then you went to a hard.
You're hard.
I mean, you know what I mean? I don't like the way the shit's going right now, fellas.
FAQ,
I don't know
baby.
what the fact you're talking about.
No, so how difficult was the pandemic for you?
It
Because
was
I know you're
very-
usually like moving around.
It was a hard one, buddy.
Yeah.
That was difficult. That was a rough time for me. Shit got dark.
Really?
Shit got real dark.
Really?
Yeah. Me and baby moms broke up. I had to I had to downsize my entire life.
Really?
Yeah, because I
'Cause you
wasn't
be on the
working.
road.
I was so used to being on the road making a shitload of money all the time that I was like I didn't realize how much my bills were. My bills, if I'll be candid, my bills were like $275,000 a month.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And I didn't know that because I was just making money all the time. So it was just like, what the hell? So I was like, oh, it's good. My bills are paid. I'm always good. I'm good. And then when you're not making money,
Yeah.
your accountant calls. He goes, do you know by the fourth month, he was like, you're over $1 million bled. Damn. You're going to go broke. Here's what you need to do. Cancel this, get rid of this. I got rid of all my cars, sold my house, downsized, sold a bunch of my watches.
You had to
I
liquidate.
had to do all that. And then me and baby mama broke up. Then I had lawyers and all that shit to deal with because, in California, it's a fucking piece of shit state when it comes to child support and all that horse shit.
Let's talk about this.
That's
You
crazy.
got kids?
Yes, I have a daughter.
Are
20.
you with her mother still?
Never. No.
Never. You gonna say
But
never?
did you get dragged through it?
I didn't have no money, so what I thought was getting dragged, it was really.
Oh yeah, I'm getting dragged.
Yeah, but I didn't understand. It was my first divorce, and I didn't. It was my first, and I didn't understand the alimony, child support, child care. Then you have to take care of the. It was medical, and I was like, dude.
So it's really cheaper to keep her.
I'm
married,
100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Just cheap.
Yeah, we weren't married, thank goodness. You know,
Okay.
It feels like a divorce.
but
though.
yeah, I mean, they treat it like a divorce. I'm like, I got the side chick pregnant. How the fuck you was? You know what I mean? Like, that's some bullshit.
Because of who you are.
Yeah, I
much.
mean, it's because of everything. It ain't just me. It ain't specific.
All right,
to
so
me.
let me ask you.
Damn.
So you were born and raised in Toronto,
Correctamundo, as Fonzie would say.
right? So would that if you were going through that in Toronto, would that be a thing?
I hear from some friends that it's pretty shitty there too for it.
Really? So it didn't matter.
Yeah, it don't really matter.
Because I thought maybe you
North America in general is pretty shit with that stuff.
Even though you're going to pay and take care of your child,
Yeah, and I'm like, and the worst part is I'm begging to see my kid.
are you still dealing with that as we speak?
Oh, he's only 3.
Do you see? So do you think the yawn is because of the stress?
That could be 100%.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you
But
go
you
through a
want to give
lot.
it that energy though.
Nah, I don't like to give it the energy. But,
Yeah,
you know, it is.
and
what
now
it
we're
is.
talking about it.
No, that doesn't bother
But
me.
only say, but
I'm not fucking Johnny sensitive.
yeah, but
pants.
by us talking about it, other people are going through this. Other
yeah.
guys or
Oh
other
yeah,
families.
other dudes are going through it. But then Chris Brown got off with like a really low payment on his child support.
I don't know what the fuck.
was
I know. I texted him and he didn't text me back yet, but he texted me back on other things. But I'm like,
Who's your lawyer?
I was like, yo, I was like, yo, I got to talk to you about something. He goes, all right, cool. I'm in rehearsal. I'm like, okay. And then I know someone would be going, hey man, who's your lawyer? You know. But then other shit came up. We were texting about other bullshit. And,
You dead ass. You want his lawyer, huh?
hell yeah.
Yeah,
Damn.
Chris, he did get off on him.
Yeah, how much?
It was
he back?
something like
Like
affordable.
$4-5 a month or something.
Really?
Yeah,
What for his oldest?
I think for whatever.
How many? Does he only have
He got
one?
2. Yes.
No, he has 2 now, right?
Yeah,
Whichever one it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, all right,
that's a lot of money.
I know you're a hip hop head,
No, enthusiast.
enthusiast, right? Who is the best MC to ever come out of Toronto?
Out of Toronto?
I mean, it's not that many.
Yeah, but I mean,
There's a lot.
It's a
but-
lot.
I mean, I don't know if we MCs. I don't know.
Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite rapper?
Socrates. I was thinking
Only,
Socks in my head.
only reason I said Socrates because I signed him back in the day. Little fuzzy fun fact.
Oh, really? What
I got
label?
Socrates signed at Warner Brothers in '95. So that's how I'm
So-
cool with
So,
Cardinal. and
Shout out to
everybody.
Card now.
so before that, he was on a label called Steppin' Bigger,
Yes.
and that was this guy Eugene's label in Toronto.
Yes.
Eugene was a Chinese Trinidadian guy. Wow. Looked Chinese as fuck, but when he opened his mouth, like, yeah, I just signed Socrates, so whole deal, man. And you're
Yeah,
like,
he had a song called Father Time.
Father Time. That, and then Rampage sampled that,
Yes.
and that's how Socks was eaten for a long time.
Yep.
Because of that sample clearance.
Shout out to Sox and Chase out there in Toronto. Those are my guys.
Terror Chase. Oh,
Chase. Well, yeah. This is,
and then those are that. You know that.
then
was,
Dream Warriors was from.
Yeah, but I would never rate.
I love the Dream Warriors.
You're the guy.
I thought they were dope.
You're the
No,
guy.
I like them as people, but I was never into their music. I
Really?
was like,
You thought it was too much of a De La Soul
it was-
bite?
No, yeah, it was like, yeah, we just didn't do nothing. For
But you know what it
Yeah.
is? I probably love that song because
Like
of
my definition,
My
or
definition.
wash your face in my sink.
Both of them cool, but one of them had a Quincy Jones sample. So
Doot, 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 doot.
yeah, that was a Quincy Jones
That's
sample.
from so that's from a TV show in Canada called Definition,
Wow.
and that's why the song was called My Definition.
I never knew that.
Yeah, there
No,
was.
so see, listen, Russell and I can talk hip hop.
But I want to know who's your favorite MC?
I don't
from
know. There
Toronto?
was guys that I really dug. Like there was a guy named Choclair. Who
Choclair,
was really
hell
dope.
yeah.
Choclair was dope. Socks was dope. Socrates was dope. There was some cats nobody knew that were dope. You know what I mean? There was a white guy named Frankenstein. Now Frankenstein was an Italian guy named Frank Felico, but he sounded like Prodigy when he rhymed.
What?
What a combination.
He sounded like fucking Prodigy, but
Was
looked
the beats
like
dope too?
he looked like he would sell you a car. I mean, it was like a decent looking Italian guy. He didn't dress like a
This was
B-boy
like in the 90s though, right?
Yeah, it was like 96, 97.
Did you ever try to rap?
No, I sucked. Like we would do it on the way home from school, like in the 80s.
Everybody would do
We're the
that.
same age, right?
Yeah, I'm 50.
Oh, you 72 or 71?
71.
Okay, so we're the same shit. I'm a year older than you. But I remember we would walk home from school, and the funny thing for me was we would make rhymes that didn't rhyme. So it'd be like, I was so hungry I couldn't think, so I went to the fridge to get me a beverage. Like we would just do the other word, you know what I mean? We would just do dumb shit like that.
Yeah. But that's about it. You didn't take that serious.
No, I DJ, and that was when I was like, okay, I could do this.
Yeah, nice.
No, he's like
rest in peace to Kango Kid. That was my guy.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I know, when he was going through,
He was staying at my place.
I remember he was saying like, just a great dude. Talk about that relationship.
Oh, Kang was my man. He was going through baby mama drama around the same time I was going through baby mama drama. And then I had just met my wife at the time. No, at the time. I mean, I just met my wife a few months before that. I think I met my wife in July of 2020, and it just came out of nowhere. I wasn't trying to meet nobody. I was only single. I swear to God, I was only single for 2 weeks.
Wait, are you a relationship guy?
No, I don't like them, but
It just
it just happened to go that way. You know what I mean?
What sign are you?
Libra.
Oh, yeah, his birthday coming up.
September.
You're November 11th or something.
He November 10th. He always sent me
We
a happy birthday
FaceTimed
text.
you, and you were like, you knew all these birthdays just off the top.
Yeah. I got it in my phone.
He said,
But now your birthday is also the same death anniversary as DJ Spinbad.
Oh, yeah.
My DJ.
Your DJ.
Yeah.
Was DJ Spinbad
From New York.
Did he do
Spinbad? No, it was from New York. He was fucking dope.
Really?
Yeah, but
If you ever have to Google DJ Spinbad and you ever want to hear what a mixtape should sound like, Google it. Just go download a DJ Spinbad mixtape.
Nice.
And you'll be like, what the fuck is this? And he was ill like that.
Yeah. Oh, but you were talking about Kango.
So Kango, let's talk about more of my dead friends. Kango was staying with me. He came down in December 2020. Came right before Christmas. And, he was going through his bullshit with his baby mama and stuff.
Yeah.
So he stayed with me for a couple of months. And, we were just making fun of him all the time, in all fairness. Because my wife would be like, where's Kango? So give him this teddy bear so he has something to cry on tonight.
Hilarious.
And, we were just fucking with him all the time. And
His daughter. His little daughter is.
Yeah. And then after 2 months, he was like, I got to go back to New York. I'm like, and I went, well, it's about fucking time. And he was like, I think something's wrong with me.
No.
I go, okay, well, go get yourself checked out. He got home, got checked out. And that was January 2021.
Damn.
And so February 2021, he found out he had cancer.
Yeah.
And then he died by December 2021.
Damn. He's a good dude. Really good dude.
Real solid dude. And his kids, funny enough, 2 of his sons came to my show this past Saturday in Atlantic City. And his son, T-Sean, fucking looks exactly like him.
They're doing something on his Instagram page right now, like tribute, because
the 10 Days of Kango or something.
And his one son looks exactly like him.
So Kango being at your house, you probably had so many questions and stories of stuff.
I always get people at the house, so
because you have a podcast. You do a show from the house, right?
I do my podcast. I took a break from the podcast too, though.
Why?
Are you sick of it?
Yeah, it's just boring.
Well, we love it here at the FAQ podcast.
Yeah, we love it.
Look, this is Kango's son.
We're not as rich as Russell Peters either, so
that's Kango's son.
that motherfucker look just like him,
and sound just like him, like identical.
Same glasses, hat, and everything.
Yeah, it's wild, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like,
did it spook you out a little bit?
Yeah, he's talking. I'm like, yo, this is fucking trippy.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But then he came down. While he had cancer, he came down and stayed with me a couple more times. But, he was going through, he thought, he was going through chemo and then he'd come down for a little break. Mm-hmm. One time he came with his daughter, took her to Disneyland and shit, so he wanted to do all that.
Yeah.
And I sent him shopping at Walmart for a little spree for her to get her for her birthday and stuff. And then I was doing a podcast. I can't remember who I was doing it with. And he walked in. I think I was doing it with the guy, Eric Bauza, who does the voices for all the Looney Tunes characters now.
Oh, really? That's random.
Who's a Filipino kid from Toronto as well.
Wow.
Really?
And he does everybody's voice. He's ill. He's in the Space Jam and movie and everything. Anyway, Kango walked in, and I was doing the podcast, and I go, hey, guys, it's Cancer Kid. And that's how you know I'm your friend. If I'm nice to you when something's wrong with you, then you got a fucking problem. Because I don't like you.
Oh,
But
so were you super excited when Toronto won the championship? Are you like?
I'm not a team sports guy at all.
Okay.
Like, I don't really care about it in general. But when the Raptors won, I did get a little emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to see the hometown do something.
Yeah, I was like, wow, because I remember when the team started, and they would come.
Wow.
Because we would do Black Comedy Night in Toronto on either the first or last Sunday of every month, and we started it in '95, and I would always be on those black comedy shows, and they would always come to the show. So Isaiah, I was just telling him out there, Isaiah would be at the shoys, Vince, Tracy,
everybody.
Oh,
Damon
Isaiah Thomas,
Stoudemire.
Isaiah was the president, right? Team president at one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Got it.
and everybody would come out. AC Earl, Del Curry.
Wow.
The Spanish one, Del Taco. The rapper one, Del the Funky Homo Sapien.
Can we go with you to Caravana?
I just did a show in Toronto, Caravana Thursday. So Caravana starts on the weekend. That weekend, I did my show at the Scotiabank Arena on the Thursday, and I got the fuck out the city. I don't want to be there.
Really?
Hell no! This shit. You don't know how many shootings there's going to be.
Oh, I thought because you just got married.
Well, that too. I mean, two reasons. Either I'm going to get shot one way or the other.
Listen, I've never been to a city. I've been out there once. I've been out there actually twice. But I've never seen a city of just a melting pot of gorgeous women.
Oh my gosh.
On some cool, My
wife was
extra.
pregnant and we were there, and she was like, "What is going on?
Are you from here, Quince?
I'm from Philly.
Are you from Philly? Oh,
Yeah.
you're a 215 guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
Germantown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm born and raised in Compton, but I'm just.
You could tell. He's like he's not from here.
That's why I asked. I was like, yeah.
This guy's not from here.
But-
Yeah. And you're not Muslim?
Salaikum, but no.
Yeah.
Shout out to all my Muslims out in Philadelphia.
He don't eat pork though.
No.
He's halfway there.
That's just
Absolutely.
weird.
Yeah.
But no, I really want to go doing Caravana.
You
so
should.
But I want to go with somebody like if it's Drake or you. Like I'm cool.
I mean,
with that.
Drake would be the guy to do that with.
he's
Drake's God.
I mean,
Push you
Drake.
up.
Listen, Drake runs that city.
Do you listen to Drake?
I mean, I don't listen to new music, so it would be.
It would
be unfair for me to say I don't listen to Drake.
You don't
Because
listen.
then it sounds like I'm singling out Drake, but I don't listen to much of the new shit
So
anyway.
where's your
but
stop
I
at?
can decipher which one is Drake
Yeah.
Got it.
because everybody else sound the same, and Drake sound like Drake to me.
So you like you said, if you have you probably listen to Rock the Bells on Sirius XM.
That's correct.
So, right. So same here.
But when'd you stop?
Like what year?
Yeah, when did new music- When does
hip-hop stop for me?
2003.
Yeah, about right around there, around 3, 4, around 3, I would say. 4 started getting a little more southern than I was expecting,
It did. It
Tribe
never
Called
came
Quest,
back.
Love Movement.
and then after that, we went from love movement to the bowel movement because things turned to shit right after that.
Yeah. That's one thing Q and I have in common. We're Tribe Called Quest fans.
I can tell by your watch strap.
Yeah. This is pretty much. This is why
You're either a Tribe fan or an X-Clan fan.
sissy. Tribe Called Quest is a soft spot for us. So yeah. I listen to more old school hip hop.
You know, in all fairness, I really listen to classic rock more than I listen to anything else.
Really?
Yeah. Like I was at the crib all the time. 9 times out of 10, you got like classic rock playing at the house. Like Fleetwood Mac and
Oh, so you listen to
Steely
the Yacht Rock channel too?
Hell yeah, I do.
Yeah. That's what I play.
What's your favorite?
But you're from Philly, so you'll
Yes.
appreciate this.
Talk to me.
In 1986, I quit my job at KFC to go see DJ Cash Money in Toronto.
Shout out to Cash Money. Yeah. Legendary DJ from Philadelphia. He's lighter than
Yeah,
all of us here.
I make fun of him all the time. I go, how you just look like a white guy with big lips.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
You know DJ Cash Money?
he's a legend.
I probably know about face.
Yeah.
You remember All the Ugly People Be Quiet?
Yes.
That's Cash Money and Marvelous.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Cash Money was so fucking ill.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I remember because we used to have a college radio station in Toronto called CKLN, 88.1. It was the Fantastic Voyage program. And Ron Nelson was the guy who really pioneered all the hip hop in Toronto. Because he had this show from like 82. I think he started in 82. And because of where I lived, there was a college station in the city, and I lived 25 minutes outside the city. You couldn't get the signal where I lived. So we figured out if you unscrewed the cable from the TV and taped it to the antenna, you could pick up the radio show on a different frequency.
What?
So I would just sit there and record the radio every week, and he somehow got tapes of Cash Money live, and it was the first time I heard up, make it, and I was like, yo, what the? Because I was already DJing. I started DJing in '85, and I was like,
wow,
oh, I need to see this motherfucker. He's so dope. Yeah. And now Cash and I are really very good friends.
Yeah, that's super dope.
By you being such a hip hop head like we are, is that why you did your Netflix documentary? Excuse me, the name of the
Russell Peters versus the World.
No, the
That's a documentary. Oh, you mean Hip Hop Evolution?
Hip Hop Evolution, which I thought was clever. I loved it, and you still can. There's probably some more coming out.
No, they canceled us after 4.
Why?
4 seasons. I don't know. They do dumb shit over there. I mean, you know.
I really enjoyed it.
So did I, and there was plenty of more to come. We could have kept going on that.
Hip Hop Evolution on Netflix.
You never watched it?
I did.
Yeah, like they would.
Yeah.
Like,
you watch that? That's my show.
Yeah,
I had no
idea.
idea.
He EP'd it.
Why do you think Schoolie D was on it? For you.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah. Schoolie D's a trip, though. Here's how fucking funny Schoolie D is.
He's insane.
Schoolie D does the interview with us, and then he's like, "I'll do the interview if you get me a little bag of."
I already know.
A little bag of snow.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Some sugar booger.
Yeah, and I was like, we got him some, right? And
damn.
And then we give it to him. He does the interview. He calls us at like 2:30 in the morning that same night. I guess he did the blow.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, bring your cameras back. I got more to say. We're like, what the fuck? No.
We already at the house.
We're done, son.
Oh my, yeah. Shout out to Schoolie D. I did something with him. Yeah, he's crazy.
But Schoolie D was the first fucking gangster.
Yeah, he's
rapper,
first. Yeah, PSK, Parkside Killers.
And if I'm not mistaken, is that where Ice-T said he
5'2"?
Yeah, 52nd and Parkside.
Mm-hmm.
That's where
Ice-T.
we were.
Didn't Ice-T said he kind of threw it back to Schoolie D?
He had to. I mean,
yeah, I mean, they both came out. If you really think about it, they came out at the same time. In fact, I would say Ice-T came out first because of because of Breakin'.
Right.
With that,
but 6 in the morning was
6 in the morning was on that first album he did.
Yeah, it was just classic.
That was a dope song. I told Drake that he should have redone the song and called it the 6 in the morning.
That's actually a great idea.
But they all kind of like, oh man, I'm like, but it would have been fucking dope
because it's a 6.
It's the 6, and then he could have the way he would have flipped it would have been fucking ill.
Yeah.
Come on, Aubrey, just do the shit, would you, Jesus? I told Noah, I told 40. But everybody just kind of blew me off.
You are a real hip hop head, bro.
Yeah.
How can you be this funny and be like you?
Well, it's just this, it's programmed to me, and that's what people don't understand. They go, "I like rap music." I go, "It's not about rap music for me. It's about hip hop." Well, what do you mean? I go, "I was a b-boy first, and then I started tagging my name, and then I got in. The music was like third for me,
right?
And then I got into the DJing. The rapping was." Like if you listen to a lot of my old mixtapes, a lot of them are just me playing instrumentals because sometimes the dude's voices got on my nerves. So they said some dumb shit, and I'm like, shut up.
What's your favorite Gangstar album?
Album is hard to say, but I mean, so many songs. You know what I mean? I mean, I guess Moment of Truth would have to be the.
Really?
I like Daily Operations was.
Or Daily Operation. Yeah. I mean, they're all fucking dope. Man, all of them are dope if you think about it. I mean, it's hard to pick.
Yeah.
You know, I have this thing when I'm trying to get my son or my daughter to do something quickly, and I'm like, because they're little, I'm like, I try to make a move quick, and I start going, boom, boom, and then I start going faster. And then they know the song now, so when I do it, they're like, okay, we got to move fast, you know?
Yeah.
Get up out of here. So your wife is a hip hop head for sure.
Yeah, my wife, she's our age, so yeah. She's a hip hop head, but she's more R&B. But she'll bug me out. Be like, were you at Big Boy's birthday party?
Yes.
Last year, right?
Yes.
Did I see you there?
Yes.
It was great seeing you.
Yeah, we talked.
But she was there, right? And Dog Pound went on.
Oh yeah.
Now,
out to Corrupt.
If you're an East Coast guy, you don't know no fucking Dog Pound song.
Well, Corrupt's from Philly.
Corrupt is from Philly, but he reps the West.
Yes, he does.
100%.
Right, and that's fine.
Yes, sir.
But I didn't know any Dog Pound songs.
What?
What?
I didn't know any Dog Pound songs.
Wait.
Dog food is amazing.
I say this on camera.
Wait.
Dog Food is my favorite Death Row album.
Yeah, Dog Food was
so,
crazy.
Over
were you with us that night?
Do you agree?
No one. No one agrees with that.
Dog food is that. It's
So here's what happened.
Yeah.
They come out and they start doing all these songs, and I'm like, I don't know this
What?
shit. And my wife is fucking singing along every word, and I'm
Yeah.
like, huh? And she goes, "Fucking Long Beach, fool." And I'm like, okay.
Oh,
You know, like, but like that's the
It's a
thing,
big
like
deal.
you know,
It's a big deal.
But again, if you're on the East Coast and you hear West Coast music, it didn't make sense to us.
yeah, I was in it.
It
Even
did-
Death Row, Dog Pound.
It didn't make sense to me that the beats were so different than what we were listening to. Like when you're in New York,
I get it.
and you hear New York hip hop, it
listen.
makes sense with the surroundings.
For sure.
Right.
It wasn't until I came out here
That you
and
got
I
it.
saw the surroundings, and then I heard the West Coast stuff, and I went,
It makes sense.
"This shit makes perfect sense here." Boom, slap,
Yeah.
boom, slap. I'm like, "Oh yeah," because
The
you're not
music
trying to fucking. And then I would play like Mobb Deep out here, and I'm like, "It doesn't feel
don't
right."
fit.
All right, so now that's what happened. I was in New York when Mobb Deep came out,
Right, 92, 93.
94, like
Oh, the
yeah,
infamous album.
infamous album.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh shit.
You're not talking about "Hit It From the Back," Mobb Deep.
Yeah,
Remember
not
that song?
one. Yeah,
Oh, "Hit It From the Back" was like '92.
that was their first album.
Yeah,
But I'm saying, I'm in New York when they had that. The Infamous came out when Mary
I
J.
always
Blige,
thought
My
you
Life.
were a New York cat.
Nah, born and raised in Compton.
never.
I'm
He
such
could
a
never.
West
He would
Coast-
never.
Born
He
and
couldn't
raised
make
on the
it.
streets of Compton.
Yeah, I'm a West Coast head. But I understand. Like, it made me appreciate Smith and Wesson and Mobb Deep and Mary J. Blige. I'm like, oh, I get it. This is their vibe. Like, you know, I moved to New York and I'm like, I'm never gonna get on the subway. That's public transportation. They're like, okay, I don't know how you getting where you need to get. I'm like,
Yeah,
I didn't ever took the bus in L.A. Like, nah.
So I mean, how long have you lived in LA?
17 years, 16 years.
Okay, so it wasn't. Oh, of course, it wasn't the music, but you didn't hear the music and like, oh man, I want to go out there.
No,
You were like, no, I'm cool.
I
here."
was a very thorough East Coast guy.
You're
got
such an
it.
East Coast head.
I was such an East Coast head. I was like,
Eric B. Rakim.
all that stuff. And when that whole beef was going on, I'm
Yeah.
like, no. But it is a very different mindset on the East and
I
West
love
Coast.
it.
yeah.
I love that energy. I ain't gonna front.
You know what I
The
mean?
whole
Like,
East Coast, West Coast beef. I was like,
I hate the
I didn't like
wintertime.
it because to me it made me feel like I had to pick a side, and because I was on the East, I had to pick the East. And you know and then you felt as a DJ, I was like, I can't play no fucking West Coast stuff now.
so you definitely didn't play New York by Dog
no,
Pound.
hell no, I didn't.
That was the shit.
Yeah, it was a little. It hurt.
Is that the one where they're stepping on the buildings and
Yeah.
stuff?
Hell yeah.
no,
We
I
didn't like
play
that.
No,
Shout out
that
to
wasn't
DJ
gonna
Pooh.
happen.
Yeah, we didn't like that.
That
at
wasn't
all.
gonna happen.
You're a real East Coast head.
Yeah, didn't Noriega and them do LA?
Yes,
yeah,
they
yeah.
did.
It wasn't as famous.
It wasn't.
Though. It was
No, it
terrible.
wasn't as good either.
Terrible.
In all fairness, but
We love you, Nori.
Damn, I
no,
forgot
Nori's
about the
Nori's my
Nori.
man. You know,
Yeah, but
Why
yeah,
don't we talk to him about that? I forgot
we have
about
to.
that.
We
You
have
have
to.
him on here.
That's our guy. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been planning it.
Yeah.
For a couple. We've been.
You know, an interesting fact about Nori. My son's middle name is Santiago.
That's his last name.
That's
Nori's.
not Victor's. I mean, Nori's last name.
Yeah.
So is that a nod?
It was a little nod. I was like, hey, because we were hanging out right before my son was born.
Wow.
I go, I like that, Santiago. I'm going to put that in there.
Really?
I'm gonna put that in there.
That's kind of dope.
Yeah.
Little fun fact.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that, huh?
Yeah. Nori knows.
Kanye did Nori. Yeah. He did. Yeah, he named his daughter Nori.
Oh,
Right?
Northwest.
Northwest did.
but-
That's her nickname. And then Russell Peters did Santiago for
Fuck,
Nori.
what is Nori doing to the hip hop?
He gets him drunk. That's what happens. You get around him.
Did
It's
you
a good
see
time.
my drink chance, my first one?
No.
Oof.
It was twisted.
I passed out on the show. I was
Again?
like this. No, like this, but like the drunk pass out like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Well, because so Bumpy Knuckles, me and Bumpy did it together.
Oh.
So
out to
Bumpy and I,
Knuckles.
Bumpy and I are like this.
Yeah.
So Bumpy's like, yo, Russ, I'm gonna do it, but you know I don't drink like that. I go, don't worry, Bump, I got you. I'll take your shots. So Bumpy had his one drink, and every time they passed a shot, I took it. Damn. So I took his and I did mine, and I was drinking straight vodka.
Oh, you were out of here, bro.
I was drinking the Ciroc watermelon
Ooh.
Oh, you were out of here.
on the rocks, and I was like, and then I'm doing shots, and then Nori lights up a blunt. I don't smoke weed. He's like, you want some of this? And I'm already drunk. I go, give me that shit.
Oh no.
No. And he goes, oh shit. And I'm like, and then he lights up another one maybe 5 minutes later and goes, you want? I go, give me that shit. And then he goes, this one's stronger. Be careful. I go, fuck all that. And literally maybe a couple of minutes later, I'm like this.
Out of here.
Damn.
And all I hear is Nori go, well, when Russell wakes up, I'm like, oh shit, what's up? What's up? And as soon as I stepped outside and the fresh air hit me, oh
Really?
yeah.
Hey, Russell, do you ever hitting the stage? So you're comfortable talking in front of thousands of people, but do you ever get butterflies or you get nervous in certain cities or certain settings? Like
certain
what
situations.
Is that? Yeah.
If it's like if it's not my audience, I get nervous.
What do you mean not your audience?
Like you know, I always think about it because like when you're a young comic, you don't have an audience yet, right?
Okay.
So you're fearless. You've got nothing to lose. I would go on any stage, anywhere, anytime, and not worry about it.
Right.
But now that I got an audience, which means I found my voice, which means these people have found the voice with me. And then I go into a different situation, and I'm confident as fuck with my audience. You put me in front of another audience that doesn't really know me, and they're like, "Who the fuck is this guy? What makes him think he's so funny?" And you're like, you get shook a little bit because you got something to lose now.
But do you have like a go-to joke? Like it's going to be.
I don't.
When was the last time you were shook?
Not anytime soon, not anytime recent, but
Yeah.
But I think maybe at the thing, if I had gone Friday, I would have been a little nervous.
Yeah.
I would have had a drink or two before I went on for
Just
sure.
to knock the edge off.
Yeah, just to be like the people that know me in the room know me.
Yeah.
But there's so many people in the room that don't know you. I'm like, who the fuck is him? And then you got to wait for somebody to co-sign. You're like, no, he's good. Watch.
Right.
You know.
Can I tell you, like, by me being in my relationship with Ricky Hughes, who executive produced a lot of all the Dave Chappelle stuff, right? I look at comedy totally through a different lens now.
That was a name drop too. That was heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
The
saw
Ricky
that?
Dave thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I look at
No,
it.
Russell saw it.
No,
He looked at
I
me.
picked it up.
Yeah.
Nah, it's not name dropping. But what you guys do is just not. It's science to it. It's like
There's an amount of it, yeah.
it's something. It's like a. I see where you guys take people up there and bring them down and
Yeah.
calculated stories, and
It's about being able to control your audience.
that's
And
the part
that's
I'm
the
talking
problem when it's not your audience. It's like you're a little out of control there. And it makes you nervous because you're like, well, how do I? Because I really want to give them what I want to give them,
Yeah.
but they don't trust me yet. And then certain guys get to a level where no matter what they say, they get trusted. So Dave is obviously the GOAT. He's at the level where no matter what he says, he could go on stage and not do stand-up
and people
and
won't
give
laugh.
his
and
speech,
talk.
and people still walk away going, that was amazing.
But what is that called?
That's just called being
The GOAT.
Being the GOAT, man.
Wow.
That's Dave. You know, Chris Rock can't get up and do that. Chris Rock can get up and do stand-up and kill it all the time.
Right.
But he doesn't. None of us have the elevated being that Dave has, where he's at this place where he can literally just say what's on his mind, whether it's funny or not.
Right.
Because it's well thought out. He's like the James Baldwin of our time.
Wow.
Name. I guess some comedians that you've seen that have that.
Well, Carlin had that. Carlin had that ability.
George
And if
Carlin.
you look at Carlin, you know, he's been dead now for 16. No, not 16. He's been dead for whatever the math is. He died in 08. So whatever the math is on that.
Okay. We get it.
Yeah, 14 years he's been dead for.
I was going to say over 10 years.
Yeah.
Thanks, bud.
And I'm Indian, and I'm embarrassed that I didn't do math that quick. But 14 years he's been dead. And you look at shit he said 30 years ago,
Still resonates.
it resonates even more so than it did when he did it.
Right.
When he did it, people were like, man, he's angry. Wow, what's wrong with him? And
Right.
now you look at it and go, this guy's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
He literally gave us time-released fucking jokes. Like, that's how good he was.
Wow.
He planted it, and when it came out, people were like, and now you look back and go, man, this motherfucker was brilliant.
Like, who do you study? Like,
Carlin was my guy. Like, he was a wordsmith, and my dad was an English major, and I love playing with words. But Dave has a way of articulating himself. And that's really the trick in stand-up is, can you articulate what you're trying, what the message you want to get across?
Got it.
And that's the key. And Patrice O'Neill was brilliant at articulating his point of view. Patrice, and you know, Keith Robinson's from
Yes,
Philly.
Yes, he put Kevin Hart on. Yeah.
Well, Keith put everybody on because I used to sleep on Keith and Patrice's couch
What?
in Woodbridge, New Jersey in 1996.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they put you on. I mean,
they gave me, they fixed me. They changed the trajectory of what I was doing.
really? When's the
Yeah.
last time you think you bombed?
Oh, you're never above bombing. You could bomb any fucking time.
Really?
Yeah. And again, is it your thought that you bombed? Is the audience thought that you bombed? And, you know, because if you think you bombed and the audience doesn't, and then somebody will say something, man, I didn't like the show you did last night. You're like, fuck, you saw it then. You know what I mean?
Got it.
You know what I saw then. And then you're not sure if they're being dicks or if they're, it's such a fucking weird place to be.
Go back to just Carlin, like your connection with him, right? Like how did that shape you? Just coming out of Canada and
Well, I mean, Carlin just took everyday things and made them funny. And as far as I'm concerned, Carlin did every premise before everybody else did. Literally, he did shit jokes. He did fuck jokes. He did toilet jokes. He did all of it. And then he did this really brilliant stuff that had nothing to do with it, but he made it all seem really intelligent. He did those jokes about words, halfway dirty words, words that aren't dirty until they put with another word. Like He's like cock. It's not a dirty word. It's in the Bible. He goes, you go to the doctor, he gives you a sucker. It's not a dirty word, but you put cock and sucker together. You know what I mean? Like he did all that kind of shit that made me go, fuck. He really opened up your brain to go, you really need to start looking at things more. And that's what the greats can do to you.
Yeah. So that's why a lot of your stand-up is family or, everyday.
Well, some of it was. That's what I used to do. I think now I'm just dealing with more like just being older and trying to.
Which is a different level of stuff.
Different level. I'm 33 years in the stand-up game now. It's it's one of those things where you're like, well, you can't just keep talking about the same shit you used to talk about. That's why when I see like people comment, they're like, oh, he always talks about the same shit. I'm like, well, you probably watch the same video over and over. I can't help you if you're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, catch up.
Are you using? I mean, you had like a hell of a last 2-3 years, right? Like, are you
a bad 2-3 years?
Are you bringing that to the stage?
Yeah, hell yeah, it's brought to the stage.
But can't she get mad off of that?
You can get mad all you want. I mean, I don't really. It's not about her. It's not all about her.
But I'm saying legally, like with somebody.
Well, no, I mean legally, there's ramifications to everything. But I mean, I'm not saying nobody's name.
Oh,
I'm not,
But you are sharing your experience.
This is my experience,
okay.
And you can't tell me that I did not experience this. And especially when another person saying things to other people about you that are not true, and they're very damaging things that they're saying about you that aren't true.
Isn't it trip like?
And you're like, wow. But people want to believe that, so they'll be like, oh, that sounds real.
But
sounds legit. He seems like the kind of guy, and you're like, what?
Damn. Yeah.
But it's strange how you did have a relationship at one point or liked somebody, then it goes so left.
Well, that's why the thin line, right?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Love can turn to hate real quick.
Were you judging yourself like, man, this looks crazy? And because me and talked about this before you came in. He was just like, it looks crazy. Come on, roll with me.
Keep it 100.
He was just like,
He's
man,
rolling 60.
Yeah, whoa. He was like, man, this is, it may look a little crazy because you're going through this and now you're married. Right?
Oh yeah, no, I definitely look psychotic. Even I was like aware of the optics. I was like, okay, you look like you look unstable. You know what I mean? But listen, I met my wife in July of 2020. I was engaged to her by December 2020.
Wow, you're a lover boy.
No, but it was one of those things where just like, if you see me and my wife together, it makes sense. Like, no woman has ever made sense with me before. Where like you see us and you're like, oh, she's hot as shit. That don't make no damn sense. You know what I mean?
Hilarious.
My wife is beautiful, and but everything else made sense too. You know
guys get along really great.
Like we get along, like we understand each other. There's no missteps, And she's one of those people I can't bullshit her. And I could bullshit all the other women before. I cannot bullshit my wife
at all.
She'd call me out in a fucking heartbeat.
And you love that.
I love it because it keeps me honest.
Damn.
It keeps me from doing stupid things.
Yeah.
And when I had the ability to do stupid things, I would do stupid things.
Yeah.
It's like, I used to box amateur, and it's like boxing. I never had fights. I sparred with a lot of guys, and I got guys ready for fights, but I was never going to fucking become a pro fighter or nothing. I was boxing. I wasn't a fighter, you know what I mean? But I didn't have a problem getting in the ring with you. If you needed help, if you needed some sparring, I'm down. And if you want to go to war, we can go to war. And I'll let you fuck me up if you want to. You know what I mean? I'm going to defend myself. But it's the same thing. Your boxing style will elevate according to who you're sparring with. If I know the guy I'm sparring with is new and doesn't really know what he's doing, I'm not going to fucking light him up. I'm going to move with him. I'm going to, the same thing I do jiu-jitsu. It's the same thing with jiu-jitsu.
Right.
When I'm rolling with a white belt, I know that I got a better chance of getting hurt from a white belt than I do from a black belt. because the white belt doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. So it's my job to control the situation.
Just like how you do in comedy.
Yeah, so it's the same thing in your relationship with women. You know, you find the woman that elevates your game. It's the same thing with acting. You know, they say you become a better actor when you're working with better actors. I mean, I did a table read a couple of years ago with Robert De Niro.
Nice.
Sheesh.
And
Pressure.
Listen, there was a table, big long table, and De Niro sitting right across from me. And all my scenes are with him.
Wow.
The movie's basically me and him on an island. And then all the other people are like when he's in the city in the beginning of the movie. And, you know, Christoph Waltz is sitting beside him, that other actor.
Another
beast.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I got my script and everybody's doing their lines and I'm following. And then De Niro's first scene with me, he's reading and I'm like this. And he's doing his lines to me. And I'm like, and he finishes and he goes, and I'm like, and he goes, I think you have a line. I go, oh, sorry. I'm fucking,
yeah.
But you're watching fucking Robert De Niro right in front of you talking to you.
Oh, yeah.
How could you not be like,
That's intimidating.
That is intimidating.
It was mad intimidating, but, you know, afterwards he came up to me and goes, hey, they sent me your stuff before. You're really good. You're very funny, very, very talented comedian. Actor, you're lousy, but you're a very talented comedian.
God.
I mean, he was fucking with me, but I was like, oh, shit. Robert De Niro snapped on me, and I loved it.
Can't even snap back at him.
No, what am I going to say? You're a bad actor. You know, what am I going to know? There's no fucking snap back. You got to show respect, motherfucker.
He's OG.
This is Robert De Niro.
He's OG in the game.
Yeah.
What's some other, situations that you've been in like that where you've been like,
Oh, dude, I'm the master of saying the wrong thing to people.
uh-oh.
I thought I was.
Oh, no, dude, you good.
What
I
happened?
fuck up all the time. When I meet, like, I don't know, my brain goes, say something that they're not going to forget and make it funny and clever. And man, listen. Okay, so I was at this film festival in Toronto years ago, 5-6 years ago. And I'm standing in one of the gifting suites, waiting outside the gifting suite to go in. And Willem Dafoe standing beside me. And I don't know why this popped into my head. Somebody said, I heard somebody say that Willem Dafoe has a very large penis.
Oh, my God.
That's like there was, the people talking, it was like, oh, yeah, James Woods apparently got a big dick. Willem Dafoe's got a big dick. And I don't want to know about it, but I'm like, just one of those facts that's stuck in my head. And for some reason, when I met him, the only thing I could think of, Willem Dafoe's got a big dick, right? So we're standing there, literally just me and him. And I'm like, and we look at each other. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? I go, you got a movie in the festival? He goes, yeah, you? I go, yeah, I do. He goes, congrats, man. I go, oh, congrats on your penis, man. He goes, what? I go, I heard you got a huge dick. That's all. No. I go, if I had one, I'd have it hanging out all the time. And then I realized, he just stood there like, huh? And I go, I gotta go. I just walked away. I don't know what the fuck to do. What do you do after you say some stupid shit like that? Yeah, that's what I do. I do dumb things.
Oh, man.
And you're being you, but you're
I'm not trying to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, you were just being...
Years ago, like 26 years ago, at one of the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival.
Yeah.
My first year there. The girl who was booking the Letterman or whatever, my friend goes, that's the girl that books Letterman. And I go, okay. He goes, if you see her at the midnight party, try to schmooze, talk to her, be funny or whatever. I go, okay, got it. Now, she was a very unattractive girl. Very unattractive girl. I mean, I'm not saying her name because,
Yeah.
Wouldn't hold her hand in the mall.
No, I wouldn't hold her hand in the dark.
This motherfucker.
So there's this midnight party, and I go to they had like a buffet, so I got up to the buffet, and she's there. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is my moment. And I get some food, and I go, hi. And she goes, hi. I go, you must be important. She goes, oh, why do you say that? I go, because all the pretty girls are out there acting stupid.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. Oh, man.
She goes, what? I go, nothing. And I just walked away. What are you going to do after that?
So did you do Letterman?
Never.
God damn it.
Never did Letterman ever.
Damn.
And did I deserve to? Not a fucking chance.
She probably remember that. This motherfucker was low key.
No, I met her at like years later, and I don't think she remembered me saying.
Okay, good.
I asked her, "Do you remember meeting me?" And she's like, "No. Where did we meet?" And I go, "Never mind."
Oh, that's so funny. Damn. So you just get around people and just say the wrong
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
That's okay.
Like, because here's the thing too, and people don't understand this either. From the age of 4, I grew up around black people. So I'm used to black people just saying whatever the fuck you like. Like, you know, black people's nicknames for each other are always very, especially Jamaicans. I grew up around Jamaicans, and Jamaican nicknames are like, yo, big head. Let me talk to you for a minute. And you're like, what's your name? You're like, they call me Big Head. Why? Well, look at my fucking head, Bridget. And I'm like, well,
Yeah.
so the nicknames are just like that. So I'm used to just being able to say what you saw. You say what you saw.
Yep.
You know, and then so when I get around white people, I'm uncomfortable because I don't know what the fuck they say to each other.
I guess you.
And
would.
I can't play the cracker game. I don't know how to do it.
I'm letting you go in the clear.
Yo,
I'm letting you go in the clear.
He can say that though.
That's Russell Peters. Oh man, Russell, you are just hip hop, b-boy, comedian,
executive.
Just we thank you for coming by the FAQ podcast, man.
And
Well,
bring
thanks
the
for having me,
cigars.
big head.
Oh, listen, you know what? Here's another thing, Scarface, Scar. Best pizza I've ever had.
Where?
Toronto.
What?
The big slice.
Drake?
No, it's a place called Makers. You never
Makers?
been to Makers Pizza?
No.
Please go next time you
No,
go.
there used to be a place called the Big Slice on
Really?
Young Street that we would all go to after the clubs. And it was called the Big Slice because your fucking slice of pizza was like this big.
Really?
And it was so good. And then they closed down, and I was like, damn. And then there was a place in Woodbridge near my old house called Pizza Italiano,
Yeah.
and they had a bomb-ass pizza. I don't know.
Gotta go to Makers, dog.
Is it just a regular pepperoni? Because that's what I like.
No,
Just a
they
regular-
have all types of pizza.
See, I don't like when
drizzle-
they fuck around and do that bullshit.
Really? But they drizzle honey on
No, you're fucking up now.
You gotta check it
You
out.
see, you like them cheesesteaks too much. That's the problem.
Yeah, well, I don't
cheesesteaks.
eat beef, but
What?
yeah, no beef.
What
No
are you,
beef, no pork.
KRS-One?
Yeah, no beef, no pork.
All
yeah.
vegetarian, never
suicide,
eat
self-murder-
pork or
murder.
chicken. And,
Yeah. No, because it's suicide, self-murder. Never mind. All right.
I don't know what the fuck that was. All right.
You don't know? All right. Well, Russell
you know what
Peters.
that was? It was KRS-One.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he does.
He's
shit.
from the West
I love
Coast.
KRS-One, man.
I met you first on the East Coast, didn't I?
Probably so.
Weren't you on the radio out there?
No. Well, actually, I used to do. Well, no, not technically. No.
Well, I met you on the East Coast too, though. When I first met you, I thought you were Poet from Oz.
Poet from where?
Remember Oz?
I always thought he was Poet.
Because I had dreadlocks.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Relax.
Russell Peters, man. We thank you for stopping by.
Thanks, Fac.
Thank you for being around.
And Courtney.
And Courtney.
Thanks for your
Courtney.
name.
Courtney from Florida.
Courtney's not just a name; it's a basketball injury.
He's an actor too.
Yes.
Is he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has a sitcom that he's editing that he's
one?
going to get his.
Yeah.
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 You know what's funny is, first of all, but don't hang up yet. When I called, he answered your phone.
Yeah. Threw it to
Yeah.
him.
And I thought it was a white guy.
Courtney.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. I just
He was
the
trying
way
to be
the way
real
he
proper.
talked.
He was trying to be
And
private.
then I literally went, "All right, Cracker." That's literally what I said when he said, "Okay, I'll open the gate now." I go, "All right, Cracker," and I hung up. And he was laughing. He goes, "Man, you a piece of shit for that." And I'm like, and then he comes out, and
Do
I'm
you get
like,
that a lot? Do people think you're white?
no, he.
"No, not your name." I grew up with Jamaicans. Everybody's a fucking Courtney.
Yeah.
Never been another guy, Courtney, but like in Florida, I was a white woman.
He's a white woman. Courtney is a white woman's name in Florida. That's what he's saying. Courtney.
He didn't transition
Courtney,
into
come
a
over
black
here
man.
so people can see you as we wrap up.
You should
'Cause
just
he
let
ha-
him keep talking so
Yeah.
they have the wrong idea of him.
Yeah, they have to know.
Yeah. And he doesn't. He's not in Nope or anything.
Yeah, this is our guy Courtney. He's just being proper because this is our first day working.
No,
with him.
it's his voice. It was.
He
his
doesn't
voice.
really talk like that. Some people
No?
have. He's code switching.
What, does he have
just
a
wants-
Creole accent or something?
No, but I heard him when he picked up the phone. Hello, yeah, he doesn't really talk like that because he has a brother. They work together. He's an actor, but that's just
He's an actor.
he's trying to be
he
trying
works-
to be nice and proper. He's from
works at
Gainesville,
NPR.
Florida.
You know what I mean?
Oh, you work at NPR.
Yeah, I do the TikToks.
See that? Yeah, look at the TikToks.
He doesn't.
I'm not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe. You know.
All good. Well, look,
Thanks, Courtney.
from
What
Courtney.
part of Florida you're from there, Court?
Gainesville.
He's from
Oh,
Gainesville.
wow, that's country. That's it's even stranger that you should talk like that. How was your Creole? Good, solid.
FAQ podcast. Russell Peters.
man. Yo.
Russell, it's been an honor.
You know, we got to hang out more often. Just
You just gotta come by the house.
Anytime. And bring Courtney with you. Courtney, I'm sorry. You put me in this voice, and
You can't get out of it.
I can't. Now you just sound like Sully just now. Do you hear that?
Oh, man.
Sully McCullough.
Yeah, so we got
Hey, FAQ podcast. We'll see y'all next time.